Jack Sprague out in front in the NASCAR Busch Series. First race he's led since New Hampshire in August 1993. He spent a lot of time since then in the Truck Series.
His group, Dennis Connerly crew, did a great job on pit road. Goes from third to first, takes the lead here. Restart lap 45.
I think once he gets out front, he's going to be pretty hard. I think he'll be somebody that's going to be tough to deal with.
Jimmy Spencer was the first car lined up on the inside. Couldn't get a lap back.
Oh, trouble down here. Who is that? Is that the 26 or
It is. Amick.
Oh, no. A car just turned down. One car just turned over. It's upside down on the back straightaway.
It's Michael.
Holy cow. What is he doing?
He slammed into Amick, Darrell, and that flip turned the car right over. Look at how he hit him with the right front.
Well, he needs to get out of there. Come on, buddy. Get that fire extinguisher up here.
You okay, Michael?
Lyndon Amick spun between turns 1 and 2, and sliding down the racetrack was collected by Michael Waltrip.
Well, he's such a, Michael is 6'5". He weighs about 230. It's hard for him to, he can't just jump out of the race car. But I think I see him down there. I think I see him in there moving around.
Yeah, he was moving around. The picture froze because of damage done to the in-car camera mechanism by the flip. The antenna is buried against the asphalt, so all we saw was a couple of stills, but it did indicate that he is moving in the car.
You saw real quickly on the side of his seat, LaJoie's seat. That's a seat that is designed by Randy LaJoie. We talk a lot about Jeff Burton playing a role in safety for drivers. Randy LaJoie been doing this with the seats for a long time.
Now, I've been in there like that, and you want to cut the seatbelt loose, or you want to undo the seatbelt, but if you do, you fall down on your head. So you got to be. You can see he's trying to move around in there and get himself in a position to get out. But with all those headrests and the Hans device and everything else, upside down is not a good place to be.
Michael Waltrip had a wreck at Bristol, Tennessee, where there was not much left of the car. He's fine.
He's just,
wow. Thank goodness.
But he's okay. Yeah, I see him now.
Could be that some of that fire extinguisher powder, he looks like he's
looking to see what. No, how's my car?
Yeah.
He's fine, Darrell. When you start looking, how's my car? He's okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the first.
Now remember,
even when you're hurt, you always want to know how the car is.
Remember, he's the driver and owner of that car.
Let's see if we can see. Well, I know what started all this. 26 car back here. He gets around on his own. People start taking evasive action. He's coming down the hill. All of a sudden, here comes Michael
right there. Just
there it goes.
Over the left front. Catapults him upside down.
Just turned him right over. Several cars involved. See the 26 car get around right there.
And everybody's trying to crowd down to the bottom,
knowing he's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack.
The 54 car.
Yeah, Kevin Grubb is involved. So is Casey Kane.
Yates's car, Casey Kane, 98.
Now from Johnny Sauter's car.
Oh yeah, the 26 just gets around backwards.
Let's ride with Lyndon Amick.
Boy, that thing had no warning.
See Michael go by right there. Yeah.
Oh man.
Lyndon Amick taking a couple of hard shots.
Yeah, that old Dr. Pepper car was getting hit from all angles.
Yeah, at 10, 2, and 4.
It was so crowded there, right where Michael was. There was cars inside, outside. He tried to cut down under Amick and got up on his left front, went up over his left front wheel and just flipped him upside down.
Michael was headed down lower, and the 54 car shot him back up the racetrack. That's when he drove across the left front of Lyndon Amick's car.
2 years ago, he took a bad tumble at Daytona and flipped from the trioval all the way down to turn 1. Now, Matt Kenseth is one of the cars that has made a pit stop under this caution. Dick?
Well, he actually made 2 pit stops under this caution, one of which was before this. Now, the second caution came out for Michael Waltrip's crash. He came back in again. Problem was he felt the vibration. The vibration was the left front wheel was not properly on the car, so he had to come back in again. They fixed it. They were worried about the brakes. When he left, he said he thinks that the brakes are okay.
Thanks, Dick. Jack Sprague continues to lead Joe Nemechek and Scott Riggs from Kevin Harvick. Wow. More NASCAR Busch Series on Fox after this.
The NASCAR Busch Series on Fox, presented by Old Spice, is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper. By John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. And by Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Welcome back to Texas, where we're quarter distance, halfway to halfway. We're not racing the rain so much anymore. That big storm cloud at turn 2 has drifted off toward Dallas. Jack Sprague's our leader. Joe Nemechek, Scott Riggs. A little bit of blue sky up above turn 4 as we complete 50 laps with Michael Waltrip's car turned turtle after the crash with Lyndon Amick. So we're under yellow at 50 laps. Our Subway race summary. 2 different leaders of this race, Jeff Green and Jack Sprague, just 1 lead change. Average speed under Green, they've been running 181 miles an hour. 31 cars are on the lead lap. We're working the 3rd caution flag, 14 laps of yellow. Lyndon Amick's car will go to the garage and join Michael Waltrip and Stuart Kirby. Shane Hall was in the garage, but he's returned to the racetrack. Dick Berggren.
Well, here's the story on Matt Kenseth's car. This lug nut got trapped between the wheel and the brake caliper. All this junk in the inside, that's not the stud. All the studs are on the left front, but this caused a vibration. They thought they had a loose wheel. They came in, they took it off. They took a real careful look at it. Kenseth, everything is okay, but he's in the back of the pack. He had been running second.
Matt Kenseth will restart 29th, and Spider-Man, a rough day for the Web 1.
That's a great ride to go to Universal Studios.
Welcome back to Texas. The NASCAR Busch Series presented by Old Spice. Today's race, the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. You saw Michael Waltrip's car that they flipped over and put on the rollback. Let's see Michael Waltrip. Matt?
Well, Mike, he has walked out of the infield care center. First off, you okay, Michael?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't really know what happened other than I slowed down and someone ran over me and I flipped. So I'm not real sure what led up to all that. But, you know, NASCAR does a great job with the safety personnel. So when they got there and it was on fire, they put it out. But we still have to do something about how little these cars were. I was trapped. I mean, I couldn't get out of it. And, you know, there's still room inside of the cars to make them bigger without doing anything. Just mandate how big the roll cages have to be. And my car was probably a little bit smaller than it should have been, and I couldn't get out of it. And that's a concern of mine. But thankfully, they were right there to attend to me, and I got out.
How scary was that? Because this is the 2nd time in over a year you've had to crawl out the side window at Michigan in your Cup car, and now this.
It wasn't scary. I don't care, you know. You just
come on.
The only thing you're scared of is when you can't see where you're going, that you're going to hit something, and so you're hanging on thinking, please don't hit anything, please don't hit anything. When it stops and you hit anything, then you just think about getting out. And when I couldn't get out, that sucked. But the Aaron's Dream Machine will race another day, and so will Michael. Tomorrow, I hope, for all our fans on Fox, check us out. It'll be a great race tomorrow. I think the track is widening out. I'd already gotten up on the outside a little bit and saw some success with it early in this race. So I think that you'll see a great race tomorrow. Hats off to Texas Motor Speedway. They paved this place and did a fine job. And thank God for these fans, man. They are so fanatical about our sport. It's a lot of fun to be down here in Texas. Once a year anyway. Who wouldn't like to come twice as cool as it is down here?
Glad to see you're okay, Mike. Let's go to Jeff Hammond. Jeff?
Guys, you're wondering about how Will Michael was able to crawl out of that car and why the roof didn't collapse. Let me show you right quick. Look down inside here on our cutaway car. You see this big halo bar that goes around? They also have a bar that runs right beside the driver's head here to help support the roof in case he gets on his lid. Also, they've got a bar that runs from the center of the car all the way up through to this right front corner to help support this halo bar also. All these things are done with the idea, in case you do get upside down, the car will not collapse, the roof will not collapse on the driver and give an opportunity to get out. But as you can see, this is a pretty confined area. As big as Michael is, trying to get by his headrest, down by probably his air condition, and out the side window for a guy that's, what, 6'5", 240 pounds, it's not an easy task. But again, you see Michael Waltrip get out of his car without any kind of injury because of the way these cars are built. Darrell?
Yeah, Jeff, I was just going to say that if you look at the angle of the windshield bar too, how much that's one of the reasons why we had to add those little bars there on top of the door bars. The windshield's laid back so far in these cars now that they had to add a lot of bars in there to keep the roof from coming down, or the bars from caving in on the drivers when they got upside down.
And all those roll bars are what we call 095, almost an 1/8 of an inch thick wall, seamless tubing. So, I mean, it's about the best tubing you can buy, 1 3/4 in diameter.
Give an attaboy to Mr. Let's Make a Deal. Kenny Wallace drove right through the middle of all that, and I think he got through unscathed.
Yes, he did.
Now, this is from Kevin Harvick.
Harvick did a pretty darn good job, too, because he's going down there headed right into the middle of disaster.
Whoa.
Gets back up on the track, and here comes Michael, and he's just lucky he didn't get run over. Harvick's lucky he didn't get run over from like that 18 car, for instance.
All right, the car that triggered all this was Lyndon Amick. Matt's with him.
Well, Mike, he too has walked out of the infield care center. You look all right, Lyndon. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just, man, I don't know what happened. I got down in the middle of the corner and it's just like snap, turned around. You know, I didn't feel like I was out of the groove or anything. I don't know if I got hit or not. I'm driving the car, so whatever happened is at the end is my fault, I guess. But you know, Dr. Pepper, this is their home track, and we're trying to promote the movie Spider-Man. And
that was a great paint scheme.
It was this awesome paint scheme. It's tore up now. He was in there. He was trying to help me, but he couldn't get over there quick enough. But you know, we just hate it. The Dr. Pepper are great people, and just trying to do the best we can here. Hopefully, this monkey will get off our back, and we can do something next week.
What Lyndon was talking about, they had a Spider-Man action figure bungee corded to the roll bar. He's done for the day.
Yeah, Lyndon's spidey sense didn't help him that time. Tough break for him. Couple of raindrops coming down again. 55 laps complete. If we make 100, that's halfway. The race would be official. The race distance today, 200 laps, 300 miles. Jack Sprague is our leader. Joe Nemechek, Scott Riggs, Jeff Green, and Jeff Purvis are your top 5 under caution.